Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to go over some more consignments. However, we're also going to go over some stuff that I bought. I think I said that in a previous video and I forgot to show the two cards that I had bought. So we're going to show those, and I'm also going to show you guys some WotC product that I picked up, talk about a few breaks that are upcoming, maybe even touch on Evolving Skies, and I think there was one other thing that I was looking at talking about. So hopefully that comes to me while we're sitting here. I'm going to look at the stuff that we've got in on consignment first. A lot of these cards, they're all PSA graded. Let's see, this is CS14. Usually when you guys see these things that are here on consignment, they're already up and available for sale. Usually these things start off at a penny and they're sitting in my eBay store. I've always got a link to that description, or a link to my eBay store down there in the description. But we're going to start off here with the Articuno. Every time I see this, I feel good about it because I was actually the one who put in all the information to get them to recognize the difference between the corrected and the error version. And if you look down here, the name where it says Nayoyo Chimera, this is the corrected version. In general, the corrected version is tougher to find than the error version, which was released typically to the US theatrical movie theaters, but there was also a theatrical release, I believe, in Australia and in the UK, and almost always those have the corrected ones. I'm not completely sure on the Australian one if that's the case, because there's so few sealed copies. But let me keep moving on. I can ramble on about that stuff all day. We have a Bastiodon. This is from the Pokemon Rumble set. This is a set that was exclusive to a collection box, and there were some pretty cool cards in there. There was a Pikachu, a Mew, a Venusaur. These are non-holo other than the part right there where it says Rumble. Now there are some that are holographic, like those ones that I mentioned before. I don't think we have any of those in this little block here. Here we have a Shadow Rider Calyrex V, pulled the 9 full art. We've got the Sleepy V Charizard. We got the Charizard V-Star. Still looking good with that Mewtwo in the background. Another Rumble card with Cherim. We have some original WotC Black Star promos. We got the Cliffa right there in a 10. Computer Error in a 10. I loved running this one in my deck back in the day because you could just draw so many cards. Both your opponent and you could do this, but I mean, you could draw the 5 cards and play something to where it disrupts your opponent's hand. We've got the Conkeldurr V alternate art. A lot of alternate arts in this submission. There's a Diglett Rumble. Another Black Star promo with that Electabuzz. Now this guy, he submitted a lot of cards. For me, I mean, for me is a lot, you know, if you submit 50 cards in, because typically I get smaller submissions, which is like perfect for what I want to be able to handle. I don't want to be doing, man, those numbers that Z and G is doing right now, that's just crazy. I feel like I would be working all day long. We got the Galarian Slowking alternate art, got the Genesect V, got the Growlithe from Skyridge. I believe there's 1 or 2 cards left that I still need for Skyridge. One of them I want to say is a seal. There's the Gyarados from Rumble. Got the Heatran Rumble, another WotC Black Star promo with the Hitmontop. Got some movie promos in here. There's the Igglybuff and a Jigglypuff. There's the Jolteon from the, it was the Premium Mega Powers collection. Man, that was such a cool collection. It had, it was 4 or 5 full arts in there. Designated with the A as alternate art. At that time, Jolteon EX was very playable. And so it was like a $25 card or something, and you could only get it from Generations. However, when that came out, you could get the full art version, and they quickly dropped to about $5 a piece. Here we have the Ladybuff from Southern Islands in reverse holo. We have another alternate art with the Lilligant, then another Pokemon Rumble, Lugia V-Star, some WotC promos again. There's another movie promo. There's that Rainbow Rare, or Rainbow Mew, as you want to call it. That's what we used to call it back in the day, just the Rainbow Mew, because of course, the holo one was much tougher to find than that non-holographic one. I've got so many of that non-holo. That has to be one of the most plentiful promos ever produced. But yet in a 10, it'll still bring $50 to $60. Even in a 9, you can sell that thing between $25 and $30. Sometimes a little less. I believe, you know, when there's a lot of them on the market, they drop down to about $20 or so. But it's one of those promos that even today you could probably still find for under $1 in mass quantities. Here we have a Regigigas. We've got another Regigigas. Got the Sabrina's Abra. That's a pretty decently hard to find Black Star promo in the terms of, like, if you look at all 53 of them, a lot of them are pretty easy. But the Sabrina's Abra is pretty tough to find in large quantities. I've ran into it a few times, but not very often. Scissor, that's a decently easy one. Same thing with the Scyther. Got the Superior V-Star in a gold, pulling the 10. We have a Shieldon, we've got a Skuntank, we've got the V alternate art, Smeargle, Snorlax, another tough one to find, even though you can find this one in batches of 25. decently often. This one is just so popular. The illustrator's Craig Turby. He's a guy who's signed some of these in the past, but this is the Snorlax Z promo because he's looking like he's sleeping. It's got a Z in the background. But you can also see the Eevee right there. So it's almost like the Moon Eevee. You got the Moonbreon, right? But you got the Moon here with the Eevee. I wonder if the people, or when Pokemon do these evolutions and Eevee itself, if they plan to put the Moon in the background so much, because that just seems to happen quite often. Got a nice Sylveon VMAX, Team Rocket's Meowth. Got the Togepi, another alternate art there. This is from the promo, or this is from the Neo 2 file. All the promos from those files, they don't have the rarity symbol, so you can see that right there. It is missing the rarity symbol. Although I don't think there's a regular unknown N on the Japanese side within the set. If I remember correctly, everything that is printed on those files is exclusive to the files itself. I know with Neo 1, all of those have a second copy within the set. And then on the English side, you get both the Neo file and the one from the regular set for all three of the starters and all three evolutions of each starter, so all 9 cards. You get doubles of both in the English side within the set. Got a Yu-Gi-Oh card, Judgment of the Pharaoh. Don't know much about Dragon Ball Super, but you got one right there with the Son Goku. And then we have a BGS 10 Pristine Slowbro Spirit Link. Some of you probably don't even know what Spirit Links are. It's for the Mega Pokemon. And it's kind of like a required card that you need. All right, so for the 2 cards that I bought, we have a Blastoise CGC First Edition 8.5. Won this, I believe, through PWCC. Same thing with the CGC 9 on the Charizard. Went for pretty decently low prices. I remember seeing the other 9 that was going the same day that this one went, and it went for about $3,000 more. But the centering on this one, to me, it's a little bit more off, but the condition is much better. The other one, it seemed to have worse condition, so I would normally prefer to have the one that is a little bit off on center but better condition. All right, for Evolving Skies, I wanted to just update you. I finally sold through all of my back stock. I've got 1 case in my personal collection. The last 2 boxes sold back-to-back days for $400. So I think Evolving Skies has reached that point. If we don't see reprints, it could tip up if everyone starts running out, and we're at the $400 price point. You could probably still find some the $350 range. Next up, I did buy some base set booster boxes. We're going to have a break on Tuesday if this video comes out after the Tuesday when we're breaking it, which is the 7th, I believe. I think we're the 7th or 6th. Can't remember where it's at. But I bought 3 of them. We're going to break one. We may end up breaking another. I don't know. I think I've actually sold one of these. What I thought was pretty cool about these boxes, they were pretty minty, but they had a case that come with them. And you can see right there, this is for the base set boosters from Wizards of the Coast. And so I've got a case to go with them, so I almost want to fill it up. But it's one of those things where it's like, can you really go that route? And justify putting back 6 of them. What was this other thing in here? Oh, Professor Juniper. If you guys watched my IG post, I did post on there where Professor Juniper, I have been breaking them down for the contents. They seem to be super unpopular and have continued to be. Places like distribution continue to have just bulk amounts of those sitting around, throwing them on sale. Nobody's buying them. But you get an Evolving Skies pack. You get 3 Brilliant Stars packs. You get, I think it's 2 Fusion Strike, 1 Chilling Reign. So I mean, you get. I believe there's a total of 7 packs in that thing. Then you get the full art. You also it's like Professor's Research. That's what it is. But it has Juniper on it. And then you get the 3 Cosmos exclusive foils to it. Then you get all the other stuff as well. You get like damage counters, you get the which aren't worth a whole lot, but you get the deck box, the deck sleeves. All these little things can really add up just to compound and take off some of that price. But with all of those packs in there, plus you get Evolving Skies, and every single one of the packs has an alternate art pull chase type thing inside of it, or trainer gallery or something like that. So all of the packs themselves are ones that are decently good for sales, for breaking, that kind of stuff. So it works out for my channel in particular. But if you're looking to restock on product and you don't want to buy booster boxes, this might be an easy way to do something. I had 320 of those Professor Juniper milk cartons, and it took me and my mother a total of like 2 hours to break it down 100%, have everything completely open, sorted, codes and everything stuck on the website, all that stuff. So it doesn't take long to break those things down at all. I mean, you can break them down in less than a minute if you get into a rhythm where you're just ripping the top off, you dump it, rip the top off, dump it, then you go back there and you sort everything really quickly. You got the dice and all the other stuff that comes out of it. And even if you just wanted the packs, that other stuff, I mean, you could just throw it away, which, I mean, it's really hard for me to do that, just to throw away random stuff that looks good, has some function somewhere, I'm sure, for somebody. But, you know, even if you're just opening it for the packs, I mean, then it would go even faster if you're just pulling that stuff out. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I really want to touch on. Wanted to show you guys these base set boxes. I thought it was a pretty cool purchase that had been made. Want to touch on Evolving Skies, Professor Juniper. There's a lot of things going on in the market. I'm not even going to attempt to talk about Pokemon 151 or the battle decks, because, I mean, all that stuff is really cool, but it's like late 2023. You know, or I don't even know when the Pokemon 151 set comes out in Japan. That's probably a lot sooner. But on the English side, when we get those, almost looks like, it reminds me of the Battle Academy decks, where you get 3 different decks, but it's going to have the reprints of the base set Charizards. But I'm not going to touch on that too much. It's supposed to be late 2023, so I don't have numbers, prices, that kind of stuff yet. But it's giving me that kind of vibe. The Battle Academy decks, that's what I'm thinking the release is going to kind of be like. And if it is, then it has a lot of potential for people to buy a bunch of it for a really cheap price. But we'll just have to see. Hope you guys stay tuned to these videos, and we'll try to have more coming very soon.